helped me to reach 2,000 subscribers. The email subject line hit me like a gunshot. Private photo from last night red hot hash. It was on her phone, lighting up the dark kitchen at 2:17 a.m., vibrating quietly on the counter beside my empty coffee cup. At first, I thought it was spam. But the preview text, "I can still taste you," turned my blood to ice. I didn't breathe, didn't blink. My wife's phone wasn't locked. She trusted me enough to think I'd never look. But when betrayal is sitting right there in front of you, glowing in blue light, it's not curiosity anymore. It's survival. The message was from Ethan, her project manager. I opened it. Photos. Not explicit, but intimate enough to shatter 13 years of marriage in a single heartbeat. Her laugh, her hair tangled in his hands, her eyes, my God, her eyes, looking at him the way they used to look at me. My chest felt like it was collapsing in on itself. I didn't scream, didn't break anything. I just stood there, staring at a betrayal pixel by pixel, until the dawn light bled into the room and painted everything cold. That morning, she walked into the kitchen like nothing had happened, humming softly, wearing the same robe from the photos. "Morning," she said, smiling. "Morning." I replied, my voice steady, too steady. I kissed her cheek before she left for work. I even handed her coffee to go. Extra cream, no sugar, just how she liked it. But as the door closed, I felt something inside me change. Not break, harden. I wasn't going to explode, confront, or beg. No, I was going to dismantle her life piece by piece, legally, quietly, perfectly. Over the next few weeks, I became the husband she thought she still had. I smiled. I listened. I asked about her day, all while tracking her lies with surgical precision. Every late meeting went into a spreadsheet. Every girls' night was backed by time-stamped photos of a car parked outside his apartment. I even installed a hidden camera in the living room, motion-activated, disguised as a bookshelf ornament. The footage told a story no heart should have to watch. She'd bring him over while I was at business trips, their laughter filling the same walls that held our wedding photos. One night, they made dinner in our kitchen, my kitchen. She used my apron. He used my favorite knife. And still, I said nothing. The human heart is a strange organ. It breaks, but it also plans. Mine began sketching a blueprint for revenge, not out of rage, but precision. She thought she was clever. She thought I was blind. She forgot I'm a lawyer. Our marriage had been built on trust, shared assets, and a joint business account. She was a majority shareholder on paper, my idea, years ago, when I believed in forever, but I knew the clauses better than she ever read them. Clause 14. Be in the event of moral misconduct leading to reputational harm or financial loss, control reverts to the minority partner pending legal arbitration. Proof of adultery counted. All I needed was documentation. Verified, dated, authenticated. So I hired a private investigator, not to expose her, but to bury her with evidence so irrefutable that when I struck, there'd be nothing left for her to twist or deny. He delivered a dossier thick as a Bible. Receipts, photos, GPS logs, a recorded phone call where she told Ethan she was done pretending with me. Every word was a knife. Still, I waited. Timing mattered. One night, as we sat across from each other at dinner, I studied her face in the candlelight, the small creases near her eyes, the ones I used to kiss away. "How's work?" I asked. She smiled, tucking hair behind her ear. "Busy. You know how it is." I nodded. "Ethan keeping you busy?" Her fork froze midday, just for a second. Then she laughed, too high-pitched, too forced. "What's that supposed to mean?" "Nothing," I said, smiling. "Just asking." She exhaled in relief, thinking I was joking. She reached across the table and touched my hand. "I love you, you know." I looked at her hand on mine. "I know." And I meant it, not as forgiveness, but as acknowledgement. I knew who she was now. The final act came 2 months later. We were scheduled to attend a charity gala, something she adored, full of cameras, donors, the perfect stage for a power couple. She spent hours getting ready, glowing with the confidence of someone still unexposed. As we entered the ballroom, I held her hand and smiled for the photographers. We were elegance personified. Halfway through dinner, I excused myself to take a call. In truth, I met my paralegal in the lobby. She handed me a manila envelope, the official dissolution papers, complete with evidence attachments. I returned to the table, calm, collected. She was laughing with a group of executives, including Ethan, who had the nerve to nod at me politely. I waited until the music softened and the host began his speech. Then I leaned close to her. "Check your email," I whispered. She blinked, confused, and pulled out her phone. I watched the color drain from her face as she scrolled. Her hands trembled. "Alex," she whispered. What is this?" "My legal revenge," I said softly. "Consider it a gift for your 13-month anniversary." Her eyes filled with panic as she realized the attachments were the same photos she thought were secret, the ones that now served as legal evidence of moral misconduct, sent to our board of directors, our lawyer, and her parents. "Alex, please, we can fix this." "No," I interrupted, voice low but firm. "You broke it. I'm just cleaning up." Ethan stood, clueless at first, then realizing what had happened as whispers rippled through the table. His face went pale. I stood too, buttoned my jacket, and said loud enough for the room to hear, "You both deserve each other. Enjoy explaining this to the press." Then I walked out, leaving behind a perfect image of composure, the man who lost everything but still controlled the ending. A month later, the divorce was finalized. The court granted me full control of the company, half her assets, and primary custody of our son. She moved into a small apartment across town, her reputation shredded, her career stalled. Sometimes I drive past that building. Her car sits in the same spot every night. I imagine her staring at the ceiling, replaying how it all crumbled. People tell me I won, but it doesn't feel like victory. It feels like ashes, because in the quiet, when no one's watching, I still hear her laugh echoing through the empty house. And sometimes I wish I'd just asked her why, before I decided she didn't deserve to answer.